Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Shadowverse Evolved gameplay video for you. On the bottom of the screen we have Jose piloting his Egg Haven deck. At the top of the screen we have Colin playing his Beauty and the Beast Forest deck. Looks like Jose started us off with an Axis Faria and then passing. Colin looking at his hand now, I see an Elf Child May that's probably about to come down. And probably just pinning that Faria down to 1 just to get it, make it easier to get rid of next turn. Yeah, looks like he does exactly that. He pings the Faria down to 2-1, which is fine. Usually Jose just kind of wants it for that one turn or just needs it for that turn. So he's going to deal 2 damage to Colin, putting him at 18. And he's going to play Alice's Adventure. Let's see what he searches here. I like Alice's Adventure a lot. I like search cards in general in this game because I think they're pretty balanced, especially because like Alice's Adventure costs 2 play points. It's kind of a costly turn, especially whenever you in a matchup like this where, sometimes it's kind of like a race for damage here. Or at least for the Egg Haven, like you kind of want to get ahead with damage, and if you're spending your turn, not doing that, kind of stinks. But it does have the other effect to play 1 play point and give a Fabled Follow a Rush and Assail. Jose looks like he's adding, I think that's either a Tin Soldier or, okay, no, that's a Tea Time. So he adds a Tea Time instead, it looks like, instead of the Alice. Yeah, so okay, he sticks with the Tea Time. By the way, I meant to say, I'm not sure why there's this weird discoloration in this video. Not sure why my camera decided to act up on this one in particular, but I was testing it out afterwards and it was fine, so hopefully we don't have that situation come up again in another video. But yeah, I appreciate you watching anyway. So Colin plays the Marvelous Sunday to heal himself back to 20. And then finishes off that Axis Faria. So kind of undoes that entire first turn, really. Looks like he drew a Rose Deer as well. That's pretty great for him. Jose follows up the turn with a Rapunzel, just leaving it face up or not engaged. So that way, he must have an Alice, I think. So Colin's going to swing with the Marvelous Sunday. But Jose is willing to take that because he keeps his Rapunzel, more certainly. Colin thinking here that he probably can't get rid of it, but I think he's going to start investing in it a little bit, like investing into damage into it, so he can get rid of it on his next turn. He's going to play Elf Child May, followed by Ancient Elf to ping the Rapunzel down to a 4-3, and it looks like he is considering, he uses an Evo point. That's what those Yu-Gi-Oh cards are down there. So he pays an Evo point to bounce the Marvelous Sunday, making the Ancient Elf a 5-5. That's all of his play points. Jose then follows up his turn 4 with an Alice, which gets a Fable counter once it's played. He's going to look at the top 4 cards, and it looks like we are going to, I can't see what he's got, but let's see. Oh, Tin Man was one of them, which is great. I thought I saw Opinion Prince, but I think he is considering, okay, so he was considering, I guess, not putting something down. No, that wasn't Opinion Prince. That was definitely Goblin. I was going to say, if it was Opinion Prince, he would just take it, I think, right? He takes an Explosion instead of leaving it in the deck. So, okay, so he takes all of his, or he's going to move the Fable counter to the Rapunzel to get a quick 4 damage in. Normally, in this deck, you would move the counter over to a Tin Man, but it's 2 damage on the Tin Man, it's 4 damage on the Rapunzel. The Rapunzel still ends up being a ward, so very, very good turn. No point in, well, I don't think he actually, yeah, he didn't have to pay points to use Alice's Adventure to give Rapunzel, or sorry, Alice a sail and deal damage to the Ancient Elf. So the Elf Child May comes down, the second Ancient Elf comes down to deal 2 damage to the Rapunzel, and now he plays the Elf Child May again to finally wipe out the Rapunzel. Now we're going to use an Evo point to bounce the Elf Child May again, so we should be out of play points now. Deal 1 damage to the Alice, and then swing 5 directly to Jose's health. So staring down 2 5/5s is, normally it's actually not a problem. If you have a Humpty Dumpty, that just kind of walks this board. So if that explosion was a Humpty instead, he'd be sitting pretty right now. But at the same time, though, he doesn't have a Tea Time established. He doesn't have a lot of follow up, really. So, I mean, I think we know he has a tea time. So I think that maybe since this is his turn 5, he is probably, maybe he's considering playing it. And because if he hits a Humpty, then that's kind of nice, you know? He can't really out anything. Okay, so he's going to play the tea time. So he's going to have only 1 play point left. I saw him hit a goblin, which is not good. But looking at top 5 cards, I think that the best thing here, unfortunately, is going to be a Humpty Dumpty if he hit it. But I don't know that he actually even did that. So it's going to be really unfortunate, because if he doesn't out one of these things, I mean, if he doesn't out both of them, he's going to be taking a lot of damage, you know? But at the same time, Humpty still, I mean, I guess Humpty doesn't actually feel that bad. Like if you had a Humpty, because the tea time can bring out the Alice, then you evolve Alice next turn. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Because then the Alice could actually, oh no. Okay, so he hits an Alice off the tea time. Really needed to hit a Humpty there. That's really unfortunate. Because now he's going to end up having to trade both of the Alices towards the Ancient Elf. He just has to. So it's very fortunate for Colin. You know, he absolutely, you know, Jose missing on the Humpty definitely helps out a lot. So I bet you this next card, that very first card, was a Humpty or something too. So let's see. Off of his next 4 cards, he hits. No, there was no Humpty. Another tea time and a Rapunzel, and he's just gonna have to swing them both in. That is tough. I mean, it doesn't feel as bad, because the Elf Child probably would have just made quick work of at least one of them. But goodness, a Humpty would have been so much better, you know, because then, yeah, the tea time would have been amazing follow up to bring out the Alice, and we already see the Alice would have hit at least a tea time and Rapunzel, you know. So it's just the nature of the game, guys. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way we want it to. But that Ancient Elf is still sitting at 5/5. It's gonna go in for some good old damage. He's gonna take 10 damage off of just elves. You know, that sounds horrible. Especially with the deck that he's playing, you know, like you know, Humpty, just 5 or below boards, just eats them for breakfast. So Colin swings with 5 with that Ancient Elf. Kind of thinking what else he can really do. He should be on 5 play points here. So if I were him, I don't know, like if you had like a Suzuka or something, I would just go in right now. Just get that 4 damage in. He's playing that Elf Child again. Okay, he's just gonna heal up. So he's gonna Elf Child Marvelous Sunday, the Elf Child May, and then he's gonna play another Marvelous Sunday to heal him to 20. So he's just playing extremely conservative and just trying to outpace Jose here in terms of, you know, heals and damage and whatnot. So okay, so Jose is on 6 play points now. He does have the tea time available to hit an Alice back. Really do need to start seeing, like, yeah, we really got to see like a Humpty like right now. I think at least with that we could then bring up the, we could bring up the Tin Soldier and do 4 damage to Colin to get some kind of momentum back, or some kind of, you know, like dog in this fight. But yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. You really do got to see those eggs in this match. That's why it's called Egg Haven. You know, it's not called Grind Haven. We want to cheese our opponent. So Jose's thinking pretty strongly here about what to do. If he's fading his Graveyard, I think he must be considering using the tea time to bring out the Alice, which kind of means like his hand must be particularly bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just that he's gone through so much of his deck to not see a Humpty already, which is you know, Humpty would have made this. I'm not saying we would have won this match if we had a Humpty, but certainly would make it a lot more even. So looks like he is going to play. Okay, so he must have drawn the Humpty. He's going to discard, or he's going to evolve the Humpty. I was going to say he discards Humpty. He's going to evolve the Humpty to finally wipe out the board. Maybe did he already have the Humpty? He just doesn't want to do it. that last turn? I might be missing something. I feel like, I don't know if you had Humpty, maybe you just go for the Humpty. Oh, I see. Oh man, that's tough because I guess, yeah, so if he had already had the Humpty, he must not have wanted to lose the what's it called, the tea time. If he had played the Humpty, he would have evolved it, lost the tea time, and then he has no way of grinding the game out. So yeah, I get that now. So he did 3 damage with the Humpty, and then the 4 damage with the what's it called, Tin Soldier. But yeah, that makes sense now. Now I'm following. So he did have the Humpty, but yeah, he saw the bigger picture that if he did Humpty, he wasn't going to grind that game out. So unfortunately, Colin follows up, top decks the Humpty, or no, top decks the Tin Soldier with the Suzuka. It hits Jose down to 3. He's going to use Egg Explosion to hit Colin down to 10. But now he should only have 4 play points left. And he's only at 3 right now. This is very, very, very uncomfortable. For sure. For sure, yeah. I mean, Colin plays a very, very, I don't want to say like necessarily aggressive list, but Jose's going to play the Rapunzel, but it does get damage out quickly. That's why it doesn't play Alice's, because it doesn't do that. So he plays the Rapunzel, and then Colin is going to answer with the Rico, which is going to do the last 3 damage. So that's actually going to be the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you want to see next. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow this channel. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you in the next one.